Hello guys, welcome to class 45 of Python programming. We'll discuss today matplotlib subplots and axis objects. If you remember in the last class, we discussed about subplots. Subplot. Today we'll discuss about subplots. Now let me go to this one. Here we have axis. This is matplotlib. This is our figure object and this is axis. One thing I would like to tell you here, this is not plural form of AXIS. AXIS is different and we use in mathematics AXIS differently. Although we don't see figure object all the time, but this is the figure, especially in Jupyter Notebook, and these are axes, these are the objects. Here within this figure we have only one axis. These are all AXES here. So we'll have a figure and then so many, or maybe one here in this graph, so many axes, and then you can draw graphs whatever you want here. We'll do all three because it will not depend which one we like. Suppose you are doing something. Some of my students, they are doing the conversion work from R to Python. What will happen is people use differently. Once you know about three, then it will not be a problem for you. Just try to know once all the types. And then if you prefer a particular type, then you can continue using that type. It will not be a problem. I discussed already the second type where I've written this one, the second one. I'll discuss this one today, and invariably you see you will come across these two instead of one. X, you will come across Fig X both. In subplot you can write this way. Only in subplots you can write this way. Although in subplots you can write this way as well. However, we prefer to write this way. These two are alike. I'll discuss this one in the next class because this will even give you axis objects. This will give you axis objects. So you can write dot AXES as well. So these two are similar. We'll discuss this one today. This is already over. The second one is already over. Third one we'll discuss in the next class. Today we'll discuss regarding the first one, the first line here. So if you see the right hand side PLT dot subplots with parenthesis, that is a function which returns a tuple containing a figure and axis objects. Thus, when using the left hand side Fig, comma AX, that one, there we unpack tuple into variables Fig and AX. Packing and unpacking, you must be knowing. Having fig is useful because if you have fig, then if you want, you can save it, or if you want, you can change figure level attribute whenever you want. That's why we have fig. Suppose you have a figure object here and so many graphs are here under axis objects. If you want, you can save the whole figure. This one. So let's not worry about all this now. If you check here in the third type, this one, you can put your axis object anywhere. Suppose this is figure and you want a graph here. You can make like this, you can make like this, you can, whatever way you want, you can make that way. When you are drawing a graph, remember 4 things are here. These will be supplied to you. See, this is left. This is a part of our syntax. Bottom will be given to you. Width and then height. This height. So if you know these four attributes, then you will be able to put your axis object anywhere within the figure. So this is the first one, and then comes axis here. Anyway, we'll not be discussing this one. We are discussing about the first one today. Let's go to the next figure here. If you see the figure, the bigger one, that is figure, then comes axes object. The inner one, here there is only one axis. And then your graph, we have x-axis, y-axis, whatever way you want. You can write x level here, y level here, title here, and then your graph in blue. So in Matplotlib, figure and axis are layers of a figure. These are the 2 types. And the first one is matplotlib.pyplot, that is PLT. I must have shown you last time. You can use PLT also. At the same time, we say this is artist. So this is our object oriented type, and this is the normal procedural type. You have to recognize where you are using what. Let's go back. Here, whenever you write this, suppose I want to run this one, print type FIG here, the first one, and print type X. If I run it, what I will get, check here, the class is matplotlib.figure, and we get axis, this one, and figure. So 2 are there. Unpacking means you are getting 2 here. From right hand side, you are getting 2 here. When you write this, you get this object, and this one you can use. Suppose knowingly I will write only Fij, then what will happen? This is customary though, this is already done, the first line, so you run it. Layers, sorry, that will come here. If you run this one, you have only one. But it gives a tuple. That means forcible if you write one here in this line, this will give you a tuple where these two things are present. You will have two things anyway. If you write it Fij, then also you will get both. If you want to know exactly what you are getting, if you write this way, you will get a figure object and axis subplot. So that's why you need to write this way when you are writing plot dot subplots with parentheses. Coming back to this, you get a tuple here. We'll ignore the graph, whatever cells are here. Now, this is the first line. So after this line, you have to plot it. You can plot it using AX. That is our object oriented way. AX is the object. You can write AXES also here. It's not a problem. Then we're plotting these two. Even without this line, we can plot x1, y1 if you use PLT. Just write PLT.plot. We know that already. However, we want to write this way. So set title dot set title, you can write single plot and you can run this one. It's already run. So you will be able to see single plot X and Y. This is quite simple. One figure, when we say this is canvas, the bigger one, I mean, we don't see the figure here, another one, but at least we can see one graph here, one axis object here. Now, if you go to this one, how many are present? 1 and 2. If you want to have two graphs, you have to write number of rows and number of columns here. And you get figure object, however, you get two here because you have written you have one row and two column. If you run this one, you get this way. One row, two columns. Here, this is number of rows, the first one, and the second one, number of columns. There is no third one. You don't have something like this. Unlike subplot. In subplots, you will have only two. You can have another one for a different reason. Suppose you want to give color or something like that, but we are not doing. Just number of rows, number of columns. No counting 2 cross 2 or 3 cross 3 like subplot. Here in subplots, you have to write number of rows, number of columns, that's all. If you have two graphs, you have to write two here. If you write only one, then you have to do something else. We'll go to that later. So this is the first one and this is the second one. You write plot here, x1, y1, x2, y2, data 1, data 2. And then you can plot. So plotting is there without the help of PLT. We are not using PLT here. We are using axis object here. With x1, we want this plot. With x2, we want this plot. So both are here. And the title we have written. And this is for showing purpose. Now, if I change it to this 2, 1. Then also this is possible. But see, this looks different because whatever way we wanted, even we can write sorry, dot tight layout. It will not work all the time though. Yeah, it worked this time. Okay, this looks better than the last one. Normally, if you have the titles, this works best. Otherwise, sizes also we can change sometimes, and some other adjustments are there. Will not go deeper. Now, just you must be able to unpack here one figure object and two axis object here. In one figure, two axis. And this is the way you can write. If you want to write this way, it's not possible. What it will show? Check. Not this one. Not enough values to unpack. Expected 3 got 2. Suppose I write AB and a tuple here 3 2. That means A is 3, B is 2. That is called unpacking. Even you need not write anything. Nothing is there means that's a tuple. Bracket is not compulsory. That is optional. In tuples we write this way. Brackets are optional. So unpacking means you are assigning values. Whatever you get in return, this one will give you two objects. So unpacking means you have to get one. So what it says, expected 3, but we got 2. Expected 3, but we got 2. That means what? So we've written 3 here, we expected, but in reality, we got 2 because it's a 2 cross 1. That's the problem. So if you make it 2, then that's fine. It will return, the right hand side will return two objects. One will go here, one will go here. And this one, separately you can take one by one. Dot plot, whatever you want to write. That's all. Now we have data 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have to write this way. There is no other way. This is part of syntax. You have 2 cross 2, 4. 2 rows, number of rows here, number of columns here. So 4 are there, 4 graphs. If you have a 2 cross 2 subplot, you have to write this way. There is no other alternative for you. You get 4 here. There is overlapping. The titles, otherwise it's fine. So if you want these 4, you have to write this way. If you try writing this way, there will be problem. You need to remember, you can't write this. If you want to write this way and get everything, it's not possible. This is not possible. There is an alternative though. Suppose you write AXES or only AX or A, whatever you want to write, you write one word here that will account for all this. And with the help of this function flatten, because everything will be here, you have to get one by one. So you have to write flatten here and then you assign this way. So the first one will go to the first one, second one will go to the second one. That way you will be able to get everything. You can try with this as well. Even if I run this one, it should work because this is now comment. Yeah. It's there, still it's not working. Tightly out. Okay, so this 20 came here. This is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. And x1, y1 we've written here. Okay, this is fine. Now let's go back to this. Once again, importing data and using pandas here, data frame. If you have never done machine learning and if you don't know how to import data, I'm not talking about importing data, but the analysis. And if you don't have housing.csv, never mind, I will send you this data set to you. You can keep in your folder and you can set the path properly. Then you can import the data. What extra we have here? Now, this AXEX we wrote there. Here it's written array, so that you will be able to know that this is an array object type. So this is alternative. You can write 0, 0. Once only we have written. This is for setting title. So we have used 0, 0. You can write this way as well. Then 0, 1. Then 1, 0. And then 1, 1. There are 4 2 cross 2. You can write this way as well. Axis 0, 0 means you will get the first one. And if you are writing this way, even if you write 2 cross 2, you want to use 1, you ignore others. That's also possible. You can ignore all this. However, if you write this way, because you have all 4 here, this is a better way. So we'll keep within has these two. If you are writing this, so you have x1, x2, x3, x4, and then you have to write this way. And here the same thing you can write this way, 0, 0, 0, 1, that way. 4 things you can write starting from 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Nothing extra here. These are the ones we wanted to see here in the form of graph. Then the next one is this. Is it a different one? Let me check. Two cross two, and we have 3 here, y1, y2, y3, and x variable, lean space, random normal. Then we want this way, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. That's all. Here we want a simple plot. Here scatter plot, bar here, another scatter here. So this is not a new one. So yeah, this you will get. Next one is IRIS dataset. From sklearn.datasets, import this. You need not download IRIS dataset. You can import from sklearn datasets. Then you can use that one, plot.subplots. This is optional, n rows, n columns optional. If you want, you can delete this also, not a problem. 2. You can write number rows, n rows. This is the syntax. Then subtitle. This we use in subplots. Subtitle means super title. Distribution of IRIS features. This comes here, separate one. So this is here, sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. Along with these 4, you have this one. That's all, nothing extra. The next one is, okay, this is a simple dictionary. Data we have, and group data, names, mean, whatever. Then here start subplots. We have not mentioned how many. Nothing is mentioned means you have 1. So AX will get everything. Then if you run, you get this. Because BARH is there, if you see. This is bar graph. Group's name, group data. So you get this way. This looks good. But the problem is we have an empty one. Why we are getting 2 here? Okay. This is extra. Yeah. Now the next one. Subplot. Maybe this is by mistake, it's here. Next comes this one. Again plt.subplots 1 3, 1 row 3 column. If you have 1 row 3 column, though we have used this way 0 1 0 1 2, you can try the other way as well. This is also a dictionary data. And then these are the 3. Then comes figure here. Let's check 9 3, right? Okay. We can't increase this one. Make it 8 or something like that. That case also, yeah, this will be bigger, but this size you can increase. Yeah, this became smaller now. Make it 5. Whatever you write, the first one 16 centimeter. Yeah, now it looks better. This one here, however, we have to write X here. Now we'll run this. And these are the 4 plots here. We are using this one. We have a list. This will give you a list. X minus X into random dot random. Here you will get a random number multiplied by X and then subtract from X. If you want, you can see the printout separately. Although we know it. Let's print this. So this is what we'll get. X into random dot random for X in X. So if you start with 0, you remember capital X here. So 0 minus 0 into random dot random for X in X. So I've taken the first one. So whatever number you get, that will be here. So if you have selected 0, you will get 0 obviously. If you take the first one 1, then you will get this one because 1 minus this number. Similarly, if you have 7, then 7 minus 7 into random dot rand, whatever way randomly you get here, you multiply with X. Then for X in X, you subtract, you will get that way all these numbers. The only new thing here maybe for you is this. So within list also you can write. However, this is not there within 20 videos. You have to watch 20-second video if you want to know about these lists. This is one expression. Anyway, I'm not going to these things now. So this way you can generate numbers and you can plot. What we are plotting here, plot X and whatever you get here. X we have here and then this one. Similarly 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. This is over now. It's perfect. Next one is, it's a 3 row and 1 column thing, and x1, x2, x3, these are the axes here. 3 plots we get. So if you check here, these are the 3 plots. It's not coming properly. And there is a new thing here, fill between x, y1, y2. What will happen is, the color blue is here, that is filled. Otherwise you will get only the graph. We'll make it proper. Okay, let me change it to, maybe originally it was 1, 3. We need not change anything. Yeah, if you make it 1, 3, things are visible between y1 and 0, y1 and 1, between y2 and 2. With fixed size also you can change. If you introduce that one here, here you can write. Now fill between will fill the color. This is alpha channel. not a part of this though. However, you can use the function anyway. All intervals are given here. You need not worry. This is the only thing you need to write. Wherever, whichever graph you are using, and the interval you need to mention. Okay. The next one is this. Here we have only one, but in that one we have so many plots. This is the title. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can have 6, 10, 15 plots. But remember, we have only one axis object. In one axis object, all these plots are here. You can write 2 plots, 10 plots, 15 plots. It doesn't matter. Because we're using X here. That is common. And these things are, though these things are also same, but here we have written different things. So that way you will get different graphs. Sorry, not different. Yeah, different graphs in one axis object. Now here, next one, random.randint between 0 to 10. So you will get integer values here. Also, it's not between 0 and 1. There comes subplots once again. Figure size we have written. And these are the objects. So this is a new one, stack plot. You see how you are getting one above the other. However, we are using subplots here, and one AX only, AX dot start plot. This is set title, then listen, set Y level, xlim. This is another one you can use, limits. Anyway, this is for layout. Now the next one is np.random.randint, low, high, size is given, and then y is x plus something. So now you have to unpack this. Here you have one, here one. In one axis there are two. One axis object there are two. So you need to see here one row, 2 columns, figure size given, and here extra marker, edge color. These all are required at times. So this is the full one. This scatter plot and set label, title, all this, nothing more. Because here you have a bar graph, so you need to write, sorry, histogram. Yeah, this is what I should have written before. How you can get the plots? There are different ways. Either you catch all subplot instances in one container and then index that to access individual subplots, or individually. Individually means you have to write this way. All, whatever number you have, suppose it's a 6, 4, then all you need to write X, whatever way you need to write, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, or whatever way you want, you can write it. Then this is the last one, random walk. And you see the graph here. Again, we are filling the color. It looks better. So to fill the color, 2 colors per mean population 1 and 2, we have to use fill color. So fill color comes here, fill between. You have to write all this. We have already done it. Set title, listen, everything. Nothing is new. So here you have n steps, n walkers. These are the names. If you want, you can write AB also. It doesn't matter. 100 to 50 given. So then you go here, and then your plot starts here. However, you have only one. And with that one, we're plotting a dot plot, dot plot. We could have written PLT dot plot, that you know, fill between two. So finally you get this way. This looks good. This is the last one probably. Yeah. This is the last one here. If you see here, I use subplot 222. And then I got this one. This is a homework to you. You can try subplots and you should get all whatever we got here, 4 graphs. Suppose you want to do it. First of all, we need to write 2, 2. Then, okay, we have to start from here. Figure plot dot figure, fig size is there. And subplot here. So let me write everything here only. It should be like this. Fig size, if you want, we can write here, not a problem, but yeah, we'll start this way. And then x1 dot plot, this will be there. Title will be there. Subplots, this will not be there. Then subplot, this will not be there. Another subplot, this will, see colors are here. You can manage those. In plotting only, you have to write comma and color you need to write here. And yeah, that's all. Let me try. Illegal arguments to subplot. Let me check once again. Oh, okay. We have to write x1, x2, okay. Now x1, x2, okay, all right. Run it. Still there is a problem. x1 dot plot, that's fine. Set title. x2 dot plot. Subplots, okay, here we have to correct. Yeah, we got all, but yeah, the colors and all that, face color, those things if you manage, here in plot only you need to write color. So you'll get exactly the one. This is something you need to do yourself. Class is over for today. Thank you.